No matter what I do, what I try to read, I just can't seem to focus on any new books. So I'm determined to fix it today, no matter what we need to do, which is why we are starting a new book. The book is called Bloodline and Burials, and based off of what I've read so far, it's an interesting mix between high fantasy and a thrilling heist-like adventure. The synopsis says that we'll be following a character named Adam Blum. He's one of the sons of the largest crime family in all of Ren, during a time when his family's legacy is kind of at risk due to complications with local authorities, the Ministry of Justice, as well as their largest rival, the Okoye's family. Now, Adam has a ton of debt, not only of his own making, but also with his family. So when a new drug comes out on the black market called the Haywire, he tries to suggest this drug to his family and to start selling it. However, being the youngest son and often overlooked, his family decides that his idea isn't that good and they're going to go with his older brother's idea instead. And because of that, he's super frustrated. He has no other options and he decides to go rogue and go off on his own to try to recreate this drug and get some money for himself as well as his family. Now, naturally, his family is super pissed off that he's not listening to them. They're not listening to his older brother, who is now the head of the family. And so they continue to try to wrangle him back in, but he is set in motion. He wants to do this. He knows that this is the right thing. He feels it in his bones, no matter what anyone believes. And we follow that story while he tries to make those risky decisions and balance his family life as well. Now, this is a plot like no other. I've never heard a story like this. It sounds so good. It has the fantasy, it has this heist, it has complicated familial struggles, and those are all things that I love in a book. So I'm interested to see if this is something that will finally get me out of this reading slump. Now, again, this is a completely new book, like so new that it's not even out yet. So I was lucky enough to get sent this PDF by the author. So I want to see if it's as good as it sounds. I'm not very far in, but I did start it already on my iPad, and so far we're just meeting all the characters. So I want to see if this is something that will not only pique my interest, but will also maintain my interest. Let's give it a shot. All right, my interest has been piqued. We are over 100 pages into the book. Now, the book is only 252 pages long, so we're pretty far into the book at this point, and things are starting to heat up. I really enjoy a few things about this book. First of all, the imagery is really cool. This is a very diverse read. The entire cast is Black, and I love the representation. Not only that, I'm really intrigued by the power system as well. They haven't delved into it too much so far, but there are hints of it. So like certain people, they have an ability, and sometimes that can be heightened, especially with this new drug called the Haywire. So there's one character, for instance, his name is Nose, like his nickname is Nose, and it's because he can smell things really far away. And because of that, he knows when people are around, he knows like when people are cooking or whatever. And that ability really helps with their job because he can always smell when someone's coming, and that alerts his team to like duck or get down or whatever. And that's really interesting to see because that's not the only ability here. Some people can do other things. And not only that, there are different drugs that they can use or tonics that they can use that can help them with other things that they don't maybe naturally have. So like there's some tonics that give you night vision so that they can see at night and have operations at night. There's some that help you not be seen by others and all these cool things. But I think my favorite thing is that there's different POVs. I'm a sucker for multiple POVs in a book just because I like seeing a situation from all sides. I like seeing how one character is thinking of a situation and how another character is thinking of the same situation and how that may differ, because then we get to understand a little bit more of why they do the things that they do in the book. And I think because of that, I'm really connecting with these other characters more because we're getting not just one or two POVs, we're getting a lot of different POVs from completely different characters, and I think that's very interesting. And on top of that, this is the first book that I've been able to read more than just like 50 pages for the last few weeks or so I'm pretty excited. It's pretty good. I'm definitely interested in seeing how this is going to go. We're at a point now where some major shifts have happened in the family. There are some rifts, there are some betrayals already, and some things that I didn't see coming. So now that I'm hooked on it, I definitely want to continue to read to see what's going on. I do have a few theories in my mind on my own, but I don't know if they're gonna play out the way that I think. There are a few things that I called already before they happen, so that's interesting to see. But I want to see if I can keep that streak going. Right now though, I do want to like clean up and get myself together, so I'm going to listen to some music, try to get my life together, and see if maybe that will help me with my reading slump as well. I think when your space is cluttered, or when your mind is cluttered, or when you have other things that are pressing, you can't always focus on reading. And I do know for a fact I have some work to do, and that has always like been in the back of my mind for this last week, because I can't fully rest when I know I have these things due. And I feel like if I get those things done, maybe I can finally relax and like enjoy a book for the sake of enjoying a book. And because this book is already piquing my interest, I definitely want to continue reading this, but I know I can't do anything until I get my work done. So we're going to put on some headphones, listen to some music, get some work done, and then try to come back to this book. Also, Justin Bieber just released his new album randomly. I hate the name of it. It's called Swag, and I'm like, Justin, it is not 2010 anymore. I don't know what made you do that. I'm in love with you still, and I trust you, and the album's good, so we're gonna listen to it. But the title makes me cringe. Like, me saying it out loud, like as a 20-something, late 20-something, saying that I'm listening to Swag is crazy. It's crazy, Justin. Why would you do that to me? It's so insane. But regardless, I am listening to it. It's pretty good. I think my favorite song so far is Yukon. What else? I like Butterflies, Things That You Do, Walking Away, Glory, Devotion, Sweet Spot, even though, I don't know, I only listen to Sexy Red when I'm at the gym, just because her lyrics are so diabolically insane. I literally could never tell people out loud that I listen to her music. I only listen to her when I'm at the gym. So I also like that song. But there are a few songs that I was like, oh, they're okay. But a lot of this album, like 90% of this album, is really, really good. So we're going to put that on, see what we can do. Okay, suddenly I feel so much better. It's funny what doing your work does for your mind. I feel like now that because I have all of that pressure taken off me, I can relax a little bit and do the things that I love, which is read. I just put on a timer for an hour just to see how much work I could get done, and I'm really surprised. I think what often gets me is like, I'll try to work without putting on a timer or something, and I notice that I pick up my phone a lot, but because I'm always thinking, oh, it's only 5 minutes, it's only 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes add up a lot, especially if you're doing like multiple pickups within a short amount of time. And when I put on my timer, I make sure that my phone is out of the way, unless I need it for work or something like that, then I have my phone, but I'm so intentional with it when I have my timer on, because I know this is a time where I'm only working, and I get so much more done, obviously, like it's very obvious, but I don't know, just sometimes when you actually do it, instead of just saying it and actually do it, it just makes a world of a difference. I got so much done. I cleaned my house, I got some work done, some admin stuff done, and now I just feel like a complete weight has been taken off my shoulders, and I feel much better. So that means we're getting back to the book, which is so exciting. Again, we are over 100 pages in. I believe the last time I checked, it was like 130 pages, so we're pretty deep into the book. Now I'm interested to see what Adam does, the main character. We're at a point now where he's at a crossroads. He's kind of conflicted. He knows in his gut that his idea to go with this drug is the best thing for his family. However, his family is stuck in their old ways, and they don't really take him seriously compared to his older brother BJ. And so he's dealing with the conflict of respecting his elders and doing what they want to do, and also trusting his gut, trusting himself as a man to provide for his family. So I'm really interested to see what he does with this information, how he decides to balance both of those worlds, because right now I don't really see an out for him. I feel like he's gonna have to either go all the way in with his idea and just disappoint people until he shows them that he was right, or he's gonna have to suck it up and go with his family's plan and know in his gut that it's not right. But I don't think that he's gonna do that, just so far based on what we know about him, and again, the synopsis. But I try not to think about the synopsis when I'm in the book. I like to go with the pacing of the book, so right now I'm pretending like I don't know. But it's really interesting to see him go through that thought process in real time, balance both of those demons, and knowing that this is gonna be a hard decision for him no matter what he decides, just because obviously this is his family. He loves them. He doesn't want to disappoint them, but he knows that sometimes if you have to do the right thing for your family, not everyone is going to agree with that. So I'm super excited to see how this unfolds, because there's already been a few plot twists that I definitely didn't see coming, and I'm excited to watch. we have about 50 pages left. Milo. And this character is something else. Adam is something else. He's definitely morally gray, if we didn't already know by his profession, but also like his decision making. I understand like he's doing the best that he can for his family, but there's some things that he does that you're definitely not gonna like. But I do like characters who are morally great. I think there's something interesting about seeing someone as a human with flaws and all and still rooting for them anyway, and he's definitely a character that I feel that way about. But the level of morally gray that we're getting to is pretty insane. I can definitely see that this is not something that I saw coming initially, but it's really interesting to see the story play out. It's not like any other book that I've ever read, truthfully. It's very unique. The storyline is incredible in its essence. The only thing is, I wish that the dialogue was a little bit more believable. I wish that it was a little bit more detailed in certain aspects, but there's so much good in this book that I still think that it's definitely worth the read. These characters are just so insane, and it's weird to see the character arc because initially you see them with pure intentions, no matter if it was right or wrong, whatever their actions were, but later on throughout the book you see them evolve into these other things, and it's just so insane how they can be so vastly different from the beginning of the book. So I do want to finish this now just to make sure that I know how I feel about this book and see where it's going, because it's definitely picking up and I just want to know what's going on, and then we can come back and try to see how I feel about the book by the end of it. But I do fear I am no longer in a reading slump. I just want to read. Truthfully, I just want to read. This is such an incredible story. I think also like getting myself together definitely helped me with my reading slump as well. And just being more intentional with my time and trying to carve out time specifically just for reading, I think definitely made me feel better mentally. So we're going to end the night on a good note. Wow, I just finished the book. I did not see that ending coming whatsoever. Wow. I don't even know what to say. That was not on my radar whatsoever. Things started to slowly spiral for sure, but I did not see that ending. It's a very interesting story. Again, it's not like anything that I've ever read before, and it's definitely something that will keep your attention for sure because it's so unique and there's so much imagery, there's so many different characters, so many different POVs, so many complex themes in this story that something will definitely keep your interest. So that was a really good book for that, and I'm glad that I read this for this moment because I really have been in such a funk lately, but I feel so much better. I think it's a combination of not only a good book, but also like giving yourself some mental space. So I'm happy that I did that. But wow, that was an intense book. That was pretty crazy. Again, if you want to check it out, it's called Bloodline and Burials. It's definitely something that I would keep on my radar if I were you. And of course, thank you for hanging out with me. Please continue to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. He's so needy. What, Milo? What? Milo? Stop. Stop it. Move.